Hello, YouTube. Y'all can call me Zone, but I've had a bajillion aliases in the past. Uh, like my gamer tag is Sox, SOX, was that for a while, various other things. But the purpose of this video is I want to introduce a new series that I guess seems to be quite timely. As many of you know, the Xbox 360 Marketplace, or the store, will be shutting down on July 29th, 2024. And kind of before I heard this, I was already doing it because I've been kind of disinterested in PC gaming. You know, if you don't have 3 to 5 friends to play games with all the time, things are connected but disconnected at the same time. And so I guess as a result of that, like, I'm getting older, I don't have as many people to play with. A lot of my friends that used to play games all the time are not online all the time anymore. They have other things, so just life comes at you, I guess. So as a result, I've been buying up 360 games, through collections on Facebook Marketplace, some of them on eBay, some on OfferUp. I try to do as many avenues as possible, but generally, Marketplace has been my most successful. I mean, the past 2 months when I've been buying games, I've seen some games multiplying price up to 2 times, which is insane. Stuff that used to be like $40, which was already pretty expensive for a 360 game, is now like 80 to 100, which is just absolutely absurd. So with that, I've already been picking up the games, but I feel like with kind of this increase that there is some attention, there's probably some interest in these games. So to go on from that, like my history, I started playing Xbox probably in like 2004 with the original Xbox, but I got my first 360 in 2006 for Christmas, and that was the one that came with Forza Motorsport 2 and Marvel Ultimate Alliance in the little dual, little bundle. And I still have the box in the Xbox for that, although that Xbox is console banned, which we can get into another day. But yeah, kind of from there, I played a lot of Forza. I played a little bit of Halo, but Halo never really stuck with me. I like the story modes. I thought those were super fun, but the online, I always like the really fast paced. So I got into Call of Duty super heavy. I started out with COD 4. I mean, back then I was so clueless. This is gonna sound insane to you, but I would see like I would be leveling up, and you'd like level up to like 55, right? And like I'd be like 40 something. By 40, you've played the game enough to kind of understand the gist of it. And so I would see, like, how I had the stars next to my name. I would see other people, and they had like other symbols, and I was like, man, like, what kind of challenges do you have to do to get those symbols next to your rank and next to your name? And lo and behold, I didn't know that once you hit 55, you go prestige, and then you go and do it again and again and again and again. You do that 10 times, and you get the cool sign. So that was interesting to me, and I mean, that's just, I guess, a testament to how far things have come. So I started on COD 4, definitely played it a lot, but I wasn't very good at it. The game that got me good at Call of Duty was actually World at War. I played that game obsessively. I was probably one of the first people to 10th Prestige, just by sheer time availability and having, like I said, we were all probably like, I don't know, 12 years old back then, so we had nothing better to do for the most part, and everybody was sitting inside. Didn't matter if it was the summer, the winter, or whatever. We were inside playing World at War, and not just World at War, but I played a lot of Search and Destroy, and that just led to it being my absolute favorite mode. I had such a good time with that. But moving on to like MW2, MW3, I kind of got into the trick shotting scene, the feeding scene. And kind of as a result of that, because I was able to record, I had the Dazzle back in the day. I still have it. I have the Hog HD PVR, and I have the Elgato HD60, which the gameplay you're looking at right now is recorded on. Ideally, going forward, I'm gonna do everything on the Elgato, although it could be fun to do some kind of throwback stuff with the Hog, because I do like the component. I think it's just different, man. It's just different. But kind of as a result of being in the trick shotting and the feeding scene, kind of everything around sniping, competitive sniping in MW2, I got to know a lot of the I guess they're famous now. They we were all nobodies back then. The people that hacked gamer tags, people that hacked other things. Some of these names might be familiar, like Trojan, Jailbroke, Savaged. It's funny. Savage, when he got suspended on Twitter, his handle was Clerk. And so I sold Clerk to a kid that he extorted for that handle, which is always been funny to me because I'm like, yeah, you know how he got that? Yeah, he extorted the kid I sold it to, and I sold it to the kid for like $20. So it was a lot different back in the day. But suffice to say, I have many stories to share from those days. You know, sitting in Xbox Live parties, doing nothing too productive with my life. Kind of as a result, I missed out on a lot of really good titles, and so now I'm really trying to go back and like revisit some of those. Like the Armored Core series is fun. There's a lot of like the World War II playing games, like Blazing Angels. I want to go back and play the Dragon Ball Z games, the Naruto games. I need to go back and play all the GTAs. Those, I mean, I beat them before in some capacity, but it'd be nice to go through and do it again. Some of the Lego games are super fun. Need for Speed. I remember the NCAA games. Let's see, Splinter Cell. There's just a whole bunch of super good games that I kind of glossed over as I was just, brain dead playing Call of Duty. And so kind of as a result, like I've been buying up collections. I got 400 plus games right now. About 300 of them are unique. So I'll drop my list of games in the comments or in the description. And if you guys have any suggestions, stuff you want to see, let me know, or tell me what's good. Because a lot of this stuff I kind of have a general idea, like, Skyrim's a great game, stuff like that. But there's other games that are kind of glossed over. They're actually still good games that don't get as much praise. So I would like to know about that. But yeah, I mean, a lot of my stuff, like you'll see, like I have over 400 games with 300 unique. And that's just because like I'll go on Marketplace and buy collections off people. And like, I feel bad. I know this is a $50 game. I'll give you $5 for it to people that don't know. So I usually just buy their whole collection and I kind of feel better about it. Get every game for like $5 a piece, like $3 a piece, and they kind of get their money's worth. And I just end up with a lot of duplicates. So that's been successful, but I'll have to figure out something to do with these duplicates, possibly a giveaway or something like that. But yeah, no, I'd really like to know, because I think the way this series is gonna go, videos about 10 to 15 minutes. I can either do like one game per video or kind of have one game spanned over multiple videos, depending on if people want to kind of hear about like the game or just other stuff and around the game. Because like I remember back in the day, like if you guys ever watched like C-Nanners, like Woody's Gamer Tag, like they would have games and stuff in the background, but the content was not specifically about the game. And so I kind of enjoyed that. And obviously that's really specific to Call of Duty, because, once you've seen a game of team deathmatch or domination, you've kind of seen all of them. And even if you're going 30-0, like everybody's gone 30-0 at some point. So it's not really that different that you can just talk about the gameplay and it will be interesting. And I think in a lot of scenarios, like it'll kind of be the same thing with this. Like, I can try to make it interesting talking about the gameplay, but I don't think I can do it for a whole video. So I'd like to branch out to some other stuff. I'm into a lot of different things: cars, disc golf, fitness, music, photography. I kind of get my hand on a lot of different things. I'm fortunate in life to be able to do those things and kind of have my hobbies branch and sprawl out. And so this is kind of just a way to bring it together. Like if nobody watches the videos, I still don't care, because a lot of this stuff is important to catalog for me, especially the stuff from like the interactions with like the hackers and people who were social engineering stuff back in the day. Like I think those stories need to be told, and depends on what people think, but I think a lot of this stuff needs to be kind of cemented, that like people forget stuff and stuff gets lost in the cracks, and then nobody remembers, and then that sort of stuff's just lost forever. And I think it's really foundational for kind of trajectory that society's going to have this actually be recorded somewhere. And so with that, if anybody wants to participate along with me, play some games, my gamer tag is Sox, SOX. I have like 30 friends on 360 right now, but I know there's room for 100, so I got like 70 spots. If you want to send a friend request, that'd be awesome. I'll add you for sure. Don't send it on Xbox One or the website, because then you'll just follow me. Like if you actually want to add me as a friend, you got to do it on the 360. So yeah, definitely all that. for the stuff that's like, talking about like random stuff, whatever, like I might be able to do that on like another channel, or go a different direction with that. um but I just don't think I have enough content for that sort of thing to, you know make a whole another channel dedicated to it. And I know like a lot of people's interests nowadays are not homogenous, but you know like you used to be able to be quirky by having like, a weird and interesting hobby, but now everybody kind of has one, and there's little subgroups and stuff for all of that. Like I know during COVID I got into building keyboards, custom keyboards, and even that, like my roommate at the time ended up being interested in that. So it's one of those things, like your hobbies are not as weird as you think they are. So maybe some people will get something out of that. I mean, I know I've built like 15 or so custom keyboards, mostly for myself, but for other people as well. So stuff like that. Ideally in this series, I would like to steer away from current events as much as possible, mostly because it's just, it's relevant for a week and then kind of whatever, right? Like even at the beginning of this, talking about the store closing. If you watch this video a couple months from now, the store's probably already going to be closed. And all the games that I'm talking about are probably going to be another 2x in price. So the game that's $40 2 months ago is $80 today when I release this, and it might be 100 and some bucks when you watch it. And so kind of in that end, like I want my content to kind of stand on its own. I don't want it to kind of, hang on to whatever's happening to Trump or whoever's, having a social meltdown at the moment. But yeah, that's basically the gist of the video. Let me know what you guys want to see played. I'm kind of on the fence. Like, all right, definitely like Dragon Ball Z games. I could go through and do those all at once, but like, Fable, playing the OG and then going to 2 and 3. Like some of those games are a bit longer. I think it might be better to kind of break those up rather than try to play them all in one go, right after another. So that's a thing. Also, if you guys add my gamer tag, you can see what games I've played. And so if I've gotten all the achievements off of it, I've probably played it a lot in the past. Stuff like the Forza games, Skate. So I might not be getting into those as much because I've already had my time with those. Like I played a lot of Call of Duty, but I also played a decent amount of some other games and beat those. So I'm looking for stuff that I haven't beat the campaign. I'm not going to plan to go through and get all the achievements off these games, but I definitely want to at least beat the story mode for all of them. And then, if there's like an alternate mode, like I know Call of Duty has like Spec Ops in some games, I might go through and play some of those just because it's really worth your time. And then in addition, I also got a Japanese Xbox 360 that plays Japanese exclusive titles. And so I do have like the Steins Gate series if people want to see me go through like with the Google Translate, the little camera thing. It might take me a while and it'll probably be really awkward, but I can certainly do that. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It should be a good time, and I'm definitely ready to commit some time to beating all these games. So hope y'all have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.